Why, hello.
Good morning.
Hello, co-host. It's been a while.
Yeah.
We haven't done the old streaming thing.
We suck at this, being regular on the internet thing.
Having a schedule.
We'll hopefully change that at some point.
The weather's been interesting.
Yeah, it's been snowing a lot. Today's nice.
Yeah, we ended up with a large pile of snow, and then we thought it was done, and then it persisted to snow more.
Yep.
Which then generated lots of water.
Yep.
But
Hey!
Jordan Eckel, good to see ya. Yeah, we've been just kind of, moving it into trying to categorize nature by piling it over here and over there.
I've been making seed tapes. What's that? I took like strips of paper towel and I put seeds, like radish seeds and carrot seeds, and then I glued it together with a mixture of cornstarch and water, and they're like little tapes of paper towel, so I can just stick it in the ground come springtime and it'll be easy to grow.
Like these.
Yes.
Kind of like a
seed tape.
Yeah, it's in its own little vessel.
Yes.
Look at it.
Just like that.
Look at this. Look at it.
Yeah, classic seed strips. Oh, look, and they're using radishes just like I did.
May Queen lettuce.
I was amazed how much radish seeds look like little tiny pebbles.
German giant radish.
Yeah, so I did that with carrots, radish. I have a shitload of petunia flower seeds. So I did that with some petunias. And I'm also going to do it with some chives. And then I also have some little pots I need to put dirt in and start sprouting some seeds.
Also, if you hear static in the background, it's actually the kettle boiling.
I'm making myself a cup of mint tea.
How are you today, Mr. Sconosaurus Rex? Hopefully it's a lovely scientific evening or morning. Actually, you're awake at normal.
Hey!
You're awake at a normal time. This is insane.
They could still be awake since, last night, right? So,
yeah, I was going to say, that means Jordan didn't go to bed last night. Yeah, we've just kind of been lifing, and then in between those periods of poor roads, we had to go in and get some stuff. I woke up 3 or 4 hours ago. We've been awake since, 7. Sleeping in for us, especially you.
Yeah.
My body has been quite sore from the change of season. My coccyx, as it were, the hip butt connection is inflamed, and it fucks with the feeling in my legs.
Good morning, Trizzle.
Hello, Trizzle de Gizzle.
We've also been trying new recipes. I made a split pea dip the other day, and oh, good lord, it's life-changing. It's so good. I'm somebody who loves hummus, but this is so much better than hummus.
Le hummus.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Yeah, it was actually, I'm somebody who's not great at a lot of dips and tastes, and what is this scent? Or what is this flavor? What is that flavor? And it's very delicious in my mouth. Mm-hmm. So that's...
Yeah, I gave you a little bit of dip on a spoon, and normally you're just kind of but you're oh.
Yeah, normally I'm quite hesitant because I don't know if I'm going to like it or what, but I was just slurping it right off the spoon.
Yeah.
I couldn't watch Poor Things.
What?
Well, Jason, we haven't even gotten there yet. We're gonna talk.
You need to get past the 5
minutes
because it gets funny. Mark Ruffalo was legitimately fucking funny.
I could get past 5 minutes. You didn't even get to see the booba.
Yeah, you didn't.
It's full of booba, and you didn't even make it.
You didn't get to see Mark Ruffalo yell the C word, and that was such a good moment. Mark Ruffalo was legit so fucking funny in this movie.
Nope, I did not.
Tons of furious jumping.
Furious. We'll get to the furious jumping. Don't worry. What is her name? Emma Stone? Emma Stone?
Yeah, Emma Stone's booba.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. The boobas are boobas. They're everywhere.
Yeah, I don't mean to...
She has tiny ones.
Does
it matter?
When you see, if there was, 10 actresses naked that you wanted to see, I bet you 8 of them look relatively the same. Like in not necessarily, you know what I mean? Like in shape and size and blah, like, you know what I mean? It's not, I don't know. I don't know if that sounded weird, but I find a lot of actresses look alike with their clothes on. So I can imagine, you know, you can only assemble a puzzle in so many ways.
I mean, Jason, what you said does feel accurate, absolutely, but also all of the director's films kind of feel like that a bit. Like,
is that his name?
Yorgos? Yeah, he's Greek. He's from Greece.
I'm just gonna type in Yorgos. I'm sure. Yeah, it's the first.
He's from Greece. You remember we talked about The Killing of a Sacred Deer, and we briefly touched on the movie Lobster.
We've watched.
These are also weird fucking movies.
Yeah, we've watched 3 of his movies. All 3
weird.
We can't necessarily recommend to anybody we know.
Yeah.
Here they are. The first, except for Dog. So
I haven't seen Dog.
The Lobster, which is about.
So it's about
Colin Farrell.
Yeah, and it's like kind of like this weird society where you need to find a partner and this like kind of dating forced dating routine, and if you don't find somebody to date, they turn you into an animal of your choosing.
Yeah, and he chose a lobster.
He chose a lobster.
I mean, lobsters do live a long time. Aren't they technically?
I think that's maybe why he
invincible or not
that's
invincible.
Why he chose it. I don't know, but like it seems to me that the director seems to like exploring themes of the animal nature in humans. So like with lobster, how if you don't find your love match, you get turned into an animal of your choosing. Or in the movie Poor Things, there's a lot of weird surgeries that happen.
Do you know who Cronenberg is?
Yeah,
What's his name? Michael
Cronenberg.
He does all that weird, like,
there's a
grotesque
movie he has with Viggo Mortensen recently that we had to turn off because it was so fucking weird. The guy grows like experimental organs for him to like surgically remove from his body as like art installation. It's fucking weird. We couldn't watch that movie. We had to turn it off. Had like Viggo Mortensen and Kristen Stewart in it.
You want to talk about pretentious art movie?
Yeah, that movie sucked.
He's like, I grow tumors that we cut off and display as art. The whole thing is art. It's like
that movie was weird.
Go back to Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, there's Yorgos. What's his nuts? Does feel inspired by Cronenberg in parts.
I will say the one thing...
Mark Ruffalo made this movie, though.
Yeah, like, the one thing about his movies, like this Killing of a Sacred Deer, and the Lobster and the Poor Things, the common theme is it's like he told them all...
Be awkward.
To act...
As awkward as you can.
Yeah, like someone told them what a human is like and they're replicating it.
Yeah.
They're not... natural. They're the way they talk, the way they act, and there's things that we've read that it's basically all like autism.
Yeah, it feels like he was like, okay, go and interact with like the most like neurodivergent autistic person you know and recreate that experience on screen for me.
Yeah, and it like not in like a I guess disrespectful way or whatever, but it's like none of them understand how to human. Not that we all do particularly, but in a sense of like, so Emma Stone just blurts shit out. Like, almost like Asperger's, Tourette's style, symptomatic.
We should explain probably why.
Okay, yeah. So she's got...
We should explain what happens in the movie.
This poster kind of...
Yeah, the poster kind of explains it. So basically her character goes and throws herself off a bridge, and Willem Dafoe's character finds her shortly after, and she also happens to be pregnant. Willem Dafoe's like a weird Frankenstein scientist. Yeah. He takes the baby out of her body, takes out the adult brain, and puts the baby brain in Emma Stone's body.
That's a better picture, actually.
So she like is an adult with a baby brain inside of her, like her daughter's baby brain in her adult body.
So Willem Dafoe,
it's weird shit.
His father was apparently a scientist,
mad scientist as well,
that experimented on Willem Dafoe.
I wish they explained the bubble burps.
So he burps like literal like
bubbles.
A bubble comes out. It's fucking weird. Like not Twilight Zone. Doesn't that happen in?
I don't know.
Whatever. Either way, this system that you're looking at is his
gastric
stomach,
juices.
His gastric system, because his dad took it out of him. So he found Emma Stone's, like her
cadaver.
She was a person.
You're really not selling me on this.
Yeah, so she was nobody. It doesn't get into it till the end of why this happened.
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe finds her
body
with a living
the baby's still alive
in it. So
he said that basically she was also on the verge of death herself. Like he could have resuscitated her, but he's like, I didn't know what kind of life she was leaving behind, so why would I bring her back to it?
So it does, like, obviously the solution would be to just save
the baby,
but his solution was to take the baby's brain and put it in
the adult.
So it's like a child adult.
Yeah.
And so the way they act is how a child would act, right? Like, give me that. I want this, but they're an adult.
Yeah. And then let's face it, things get fucking weird from there because she's in an adult body. People are like, "Oh, she's an adult. I can do the furious jumping with her." No, she has the desire to do furious jumping with other people. Mainly Mark Ruffalo's character, he's not a great guy, but probably one of the best lines, because he's a philanderer, and they go off on an adventure together.
Well, there was
so
you skipped a giant portion before Mark Ruffalo. We're not going to explain things in total detail, but Willem Dafoe is a teacher, a professor in surgery.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would assume this man is good at surgery.
Yeah, she's a slutty baby in an adult body. That is exactly what it is, Jason.
I think you just summed it up.
You summed up the movie. She does become a whore.
She realizes to own the means of her own production, she can sell herself for sex.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole thing takes place before she runs off with Mark Ruffalo, the fancy man.
Well, it's only a short period of time before she runs off.
You were fucked by the best lover thrice.
Yes, he says to her, because she wants to have another go at it. He's like, you've just been fucked thrice by the best lover in the world.
So he's basically like a man slut that then becomes overly infatuated with her.
And he hates himself for it.
It kind of drives him crazy, but it's funny. So the one thing though, Willem Dafoe, this man.
Do any furious jumping, Jason?
This man, he has a student that he basically sets Emma Stone up with, and he says, sign this contract. You'll live here with me indefinitely, and you'll marry her, and c'est la vie.
Yeah.
Then Mark Ruffalo's the lawyer.
And he looks at the contract, and he's like,
who is this woman that would inspire such a contract?
Yeah, and then she, meets him, and they run off, and most of the movie is her having this grand adventure.
Yeah, her basically growing mentally at an accelerated pace. Because it's a child learning in a body that can interact with the outside world.
And meanwhile, because she's run away, they go and make another one of her.
Yeah.
Margaret Qualley's character. Belle Whore.
Belle Whore. Yeah. So her name's Bella.
Yeah.
That's Belle Whore.
That's Emma Stone's character. It's a fucking weird movie. Did you hear us describe the killing of a sacred deer?
There was a lot of nudity.
A lot of nudity.
All the actors did a good job not being their real life person, also known as acting. But I don't know if nudity gives you like a 2 times, 3 times handicap to win Best Actress Oscar.
Yeah, I don't know.
But like, it's not like I don't know.
So there's definitely a lot of parts in this movie that make you feel uncomfortable and awkward, but I did laugh a lot during the movie. I will say that.
I think I've said that, Jason. I think this director 3 movies in a row has basically proven that they aren't necessarily safe in the generic public. And if they couldn't turn this into art, would they have people locked in the basement? I don't know. Human centipede stuff?
Weird
Maybe.
surgeries, putting like dog brains in human bodies and shit.
Yeah, like it's almost fantastical to
Oh, it's extremely fantastical.
Yeah,
the world isn't the real world.
It's like a steampunk world.
Yeah.
Which would be fine if it developed into like a universe, as it were. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, it is. It's a standalone movie in its own fantastical universe.
Oh, yeah. We won't tell you the ending, but it doesn't end how you assume it should end.
I at the very last minute I was like, oh, I got this. I know how it's ending, and then it didn't end that way. And I was like, it should have ended the way I said that it ended, but
the movie's 2.5 hours long. It could have easily been an hour and 45, maybe 2 hours.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that didn't be in there, but
I don't know if they call it character development or what, but it's not. It doesn't like make.
No. So it ends with. No. So, Willem Dafoe's character throughout the movie, you find at some point he like develops a cancerous tumor. Okay, so whatever. Just keep that in the back of your mind. And Emma Stone's character, at some point, the husband of her like adult being body comes up, shows back up, and he's like, hey, you're my wife, you need to come back home with me. And because she has an adventurous spirit, she's just like, sure, let's see where this goes.
The one guy that, yes, he agreed to marry her and stuff when she was basically a child in an adult body, which is fucked up.
They're saying they're getting married.
She's like, yes, I'll marry you, but I'm going to go have a sex adventure with Mark Ruffalo. Yeah. And then she comes back.
Anyway, that was, She
leaves again.
So, she's standing at the altar about to get married to the guy that she's supposed to get married to. And her original husband shows up and he's like, I object to this marriage. You are my wife. Come back with me. And because she's like, and then she's like, I don't know you at all, but yeah, like, let's just see where this goes. So she like goes with him to his house, and it turns out he's like a huge fucking piece of shit, like abuses his staff. And she kind of figures out, oh, the reason why like the person must have killed herself is because she was also an abusive piece of shit to the staff, and she was pregnant, and she like fucking hated her life and went and threw herself off a bridge. So she kind of like puts this all together, and then what I assumed was going to happen is that they were going to put Willem Dafoe's brain in this dude's body, but they just end up putting a goat's brain in his body instead. And that was their improvement on the
I feel like it was supposed to, like, it's kind of like that misdirection, right?
I was just making up nonsense that's so bizarre.
Oh, sweetheart. Sorry. So, yeah,
A goat? Yeah.
It's almost like basically they wrote something. Like, here's an example. This is my example of how they determine the ending.
Why a goat?
So if I did this, like if I was doing a sound check and I went test, or no, wait, particle, ice, icicle, testing. So your brain is starting, he's going to say testicle, right? So you've come up with an end and they go, no. Let's just flip it to something different at the very end, like an M. Night Shyamalan-y type bullshit.
Test goat.
Yeah, just because it's the most likely answer, we're not going to pick it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like, does that make it better?
So in the end, no one marries the goat. The man ends up having a goat brain, and then he's just there eating grass. And they're like, that's definitely an improvement on how he was. Yeah. Because like they're like, oh, we can definitely make an improvement on him. And then he's a goat man.
Yeah, I'm trying to like, I guess like, you know, you try to think that there's like a hidden theme, right? Like I don't know, it's talking about the.
Well, no, because she does run into that one cynic dude at one point, right?
Yeah, all he says is stay away from socialists.
Well, he tells her more than just to stay away from. He tells her like everyone is kind of a piece of shit, and not to trust anyone that anything is saying to you, because everyone like he's a cynic about things, right?
Yeah,
and
but it just basically makes her.
I think the whole idea is like what makes you, like understanding like what makes you as a person in a really roundabout.
What are the hidden themes of Poor Things? The film explores themes of personal transformation and breaking free from societal constraints.
Yeah.
Which
I would say that's that. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, but in a weird way, I guess. Yeah. I think the whole idea is this guy has weird fetishes. Agreed.
Well, he definitely has surrealistic ideas and ways of expressing his ideas.
I think he.
I don't know. I will say, out of the 3 movies we've seen by him, I would suggest this one the most because I laughed the most. The one I would suggest the least would be The Killing of a Sacred Deer. And Lobster was just kind of in the middle. Yeah,
like, don't get me wrong. Emma Stone did a good job, as I think somebody else in her place would have done a similar job. Although Mark Ruffalo was like the Ken of the Barbie movie.
He was so funny.
He was the comedian. Well, she was funny too at some points, but she was funny because she, again, not to attach labels or categories or whatever, but she was like, basically it was Asperger's that was funny. They were at a diner or like talking to an old lady and she's like, do you masturbate? Basically. And it's funny because it's like, I can't believe she said that. But it's not like a well-crafted joke, if that makes sense. But I mean, it's funny.
Yeah.
And Mark Ruffalo, he's like, what is wrong with you? Like he doesn't remember. Oh no, he doesn't know what's wrong with her.
Yeah.
Not till the end. No, I don't think he even figures it out then.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I would say, again, it's an experience.
I would say, actually, maybe Lobster is a great introduction to this director because it's the least weird out of his movies. You know what I mean?
What it reminds me of is, have you ever seen this movie, The Happening?
No.
This is like the worst movie I've ever seen.
Oh, it's the trees, isn't it?
Yeah. So, like,
it's the trees.
All of these people act as if they're being told how humans act. They don't. Like, this is, you remember that, so I'll say hi to you, motherfucker. That joke about, from Saturday Night Live of them making fun of him? Well, that's from this movie because he's like, what's going on? I can't believe, it's the trees that are killing us. Like, it's so terrible. It's the only movie I can think of where people are acting like people who have never been in society before.
So I will say this about Poor Things. The kind of person I would recommend it to would be someone who enjoys like artistic movies. I would not recommend it to most people. Like I wouldn't recommend it to our neighbors. I wouldn't recommend it to my mom. I wouldn't recommend it to your mom. But if you're someone who enjoys some like kind of surrealistic art and weird abstract themes, Poor Things would be the #1 movie out of this director's catalog that we've seen that I would recommend.
Yeah, if you like...
I enjoyed it. It was fucking weird,
yeah,
though.
If you like to, like, basically watch a acid trip...
Yeah.
You can watch any of those.
Yeah.
How you doing, Scroll Lock? That
Like,
is.
understand there's gonna be a lot of things that make you feel icky and uncomfortable while you're watching it.
Don't watch it with your parents.
Yeah, don't.
You know, like, you ever do that where you're like, mom or dad's like, oh, you want to watch a movie? And you put it on and there's like two people making out and you're like, God, this is awful. Please don't watch these movies on LSD.
No, that'd probably be bad.
If you watch them on LSD, they might be better. They might make more sense. Yeah, so that was
Poor Things.
That was a movie. And it inspired us to go back to a show that we've been watching.
Yellow Jackets.
Yellow Jackets.
Yeah.
We need to finish the second season.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
It is a good
We've
show.
talked about it before, but it's a girls' soccer team
Abandoned in the wood, or
plane
crashes in the woods.
accident, Hatchet style. Brian from the Hatchet. And they have to survive at the behest of the flesh on their friends.
Or wait, what was that true story where they crashed in the Andes Mountains and they had it was a soccer team that crashed in the Andes Mountains and
I think
they
so.
resorted to cannibalism.
Yeah, but it's got a supernatural kind of ominous
The Donner Party?
the Donner Party?
I think that's
that
something
sounds
different.
Familiar.
That's something different.
Oops. Group of American pioneers who migrated to California.
Yeah, that's a different thing. But I have heard about them. They committed also the act of nomming on each other's bones, right?
The show has like a Blair Witchy vibe because they find this cabin in the woods and they have to live in it to survive the winter. And take care, Jordan. You wonderful human. If there is anybody that happens to be looking for someone to watch when they're bored, the twitch.tv/scon is a good place to find a man named Jordan.
Speaking of cannibalism, it's reminding me of, remember that episode of, like, I think it was it Kenny versus Spenny or like some other show that they got afterwards where like Kenny got a woman to send him her placenta for him to cook up and eat.
What?
Yeah. Remember that?
No.
Did you not see? There was like an episode of Kenny versus Spenny, or it was like some sort of special that he had after Kenny versus Spenny. Oh God, he was crazy. What a fucking unhinged human being.
Why are people like this? Yeah, this was a Spike TV show.
This is a Canadian TV show.
I don't know if you've ever seen these people before.
This was like one of the most unhinged TV shows I've ever seen. This is purely the fucking product of like the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, some of them are less intense than that, but some of them are more intense. Like who can hang a heavier weight off of their newts. The
one that never aired, which was the one where who can wear an octopus on their head the longest. And the reason that one never aired is because Kenny fucking spiked Spenny's orange juice with LSD. And so then Spenny was believing that he was getting high from wearing this fucking octopus on his head, and
he takes it off.
Yeah, like it was just some of the it was actually it was funny to watch.
This man is naive.
Holy shit!
This man is psychotic.
Because Kenny also lied to him and told him that it was the octopus doing it to him, but in reality he had put acid in his fucking orange juice.
Yeah, it was like what those prank shows wishes they could be.
Yeah.
But this is like basically full consent on both parts. I don't know why Spenny would ever in a million years hang out with Kenny.
No, they were the worst.
After the first time
they were
he
like
fucked
supposed
him
to be
over.
Best friends or some shit.
Frenemies, if anything.
Man, this show was insane.
Yeah, it was definitely something else.
I remember there's because Kenny also always won because he cheated all the time. But the one episode where Spenny won, it was who can stay in a haunted house the longest. And the only reason Spenny won is because he handcuffed himself to the radiator. And then what Kenny did is he had a fucking bulldozer come and start destroying the fucking house while they were in it. And the only reason Spenny couldn't get out is because he was fucking handcuffed to the radiator. And that's the only reason he fucking won the episode.
Yeah, he won, I think, the who can hold more weight from their balls because he made fake bricks.
Oh, yeah, Kenny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the guy thought he was holding like 8 bricks with his ball sack, and it was actually like 8 styrofoam
have you never
bricks.
seen Kenny versus Spenny? Oh.
You've never seen Kenny versus Spenny? To be honest, I kind of hate so this show is like a one of its kind.
Oh, yeah. This is such... Like, when did the show even come out? Like I said, it's early 2000s,
Any
late
time
90s.
that you've seen, like, 2002 to 2010.
Yeah.
So anytime you've seen, like, guy runs up to person on the street and acts like a ding-dong, this show went past all of that.
Oh, my God. Like, this show was like... Think of Asshole, but like... Or, sorry, not Assholes. What was that? Jackass.
Yeah.
But they were like so much worse to each other.
Yeah, it's the reason why shock and awe basically not skipped a generation, but we're less... Like, shock and awe does less to us.
Because we're like, we've seen this shit.
Yeah, like, we see... You watch the pranksters on TikTok or whatever, and you're like, these kids are fucking idiots. Well, because we already watched Jackass, Kenny versus Spenny, a CKY, like, you fucking name, like, the Bam Margera stuff. We watched all that shit, and it's like, yeah, this isn't... What is this? I watched a man drive a golf cart off of a 3-story building for fun.
I literally watched Kenny lie to Spenny and then make Spenny eat his dried fucking vomit off the floor. Like...
Yeah, so it's kind of like...
They did
shock
some
and
weird
awe.
shit.
Yeah.
My God.
And then we wonder, like, you know, they talk about banning TikTok, you know, like the US. And I think to myself, I don't think it's that bad of an idea.
Yeah. They clearly forgot what our generation grew up on. If they're wanting to ban TikTok.
Like, the problem is, like, TikTok being owned by China is basically it just means China has to pay less for the data they want. Like, you're telling me that if an American company owned ByteDance, that if they were offered a large sum of money, they wouldn't just give it to the Chinese government anyways?
I mean, Kevin O'Leary offers to buy it. Fuck.
But what TikTok has proven is not everyone should be able to put it out there. We watch a lot of fucking shit on YouTube about
why TikTok is insane.
Woo!
Yeah.
People, it's like as much as they're like, oh, kids might not vote for Biden because they love it so much. It's fucking middle-aged adults.
Or like all the drama, like people getting sued over stupid shit. Like, there's that whole like Lauren I don't even want to. Yeah, part of me doesn't even want to say it, but I know we're like no one's gonna.
Well, yeah,
say it,
it's
like,
they made a comment on, like, what happens is everyone's a cyber sleuth now.
Yeah.
So they commented on some baby seat, car seat. I don't think this is a good car seat. And
yeah, no, she made a comment about a car seat, and then a guy who's like who's like legitimately trained in car seats came out and was like, "You don't have an opinion on this." Basically.
Yeah, they're like, I'm a professional.
And then now they're like making slap suits against like all the people who have like basically just commented on the whole situation. I don't know, it's crazy shit. Like, it's just like, and it's just like people talking about things, and then people getting.
And then
sued
what
for
happens is people find out who that person is. They find all their information and where they live. And then their high school friends start coming out and being like, yeah, they were a fucking dickhead in high school. And then it's just like how TikTok allows basically the average person to become a 7-minute celebrity instead of the 15 minutes of fame type thing.
Is Panorama a shopping center?
Yeah, I don't know. I typed in Panorama, but I don't know what it is. A mountain resort. Is it a mountain resort? No, that's in British Columbia.
Going to Panorama today. They could be
It's a snowboarding hill. Is it in BC?
I have never snowboarded.
What is Panorama
I have
known for?
only cross-country skied. I don't think I would enjoy downhill skiing. It would be too fast and too steep. I am somebody who... I enjoy flat surfaces. And that might just come from, like, living on the prairies my entire life. Who knows?
I don't know if I actually have this command anymore. But is this going to be you on the hill, silly hat man? Fucking stupid sexy Flanders. Is this you? Is this you on the hill? See if it's still there. I don't know if it's there. But if it's not there, we'll just do a silly. Yes, all spandex all day. What's the weather like?
I'm going to make some split pea soup for us today, and I'm pretty excited about that.
Made for baby.
Yeah, we're going to have a new lovely supper.
Yeah, our overall...
Weather's not going to be good.
Our overall diet change has been going very well. I found and created some good recipes.
It's true.
So that's exciting.
Ooh, look at how lovely this place looks. Panorama.
Ooh, your grandma used to make it with pork ribs.
Krissy, I want pea soup. Oh, you spelt it wrong. You put an A?
That's how peas...
No, it's P-E-E. We do it differently here. It's made with moose pea. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. It's actual peas.
Oh, okay.
I was making a pea joke, like pee-pee. Look at this place.
Sometimes my brain is dumb and prevents me from understanding when people are making jokes or being serious. And then I get confused by it, so...
Well, also... What it's not funny. What I will say, silly hat man, is you definitely can't predict the weather, and neither can they. So by the time you get there, it'll probably be nice. It wasn't. We have to go get our eyes checked, and we like 20 days ago we had an appointment, but the weather turned bad, so we were like, "Hey, no sense in going. We might not be able to make it home." And it's been all for like 18 days. It's been like perfectly like the same thing on Tuesday. And now it shows it's going to snow.
Yeah.
So I had the neighbors making fun of me because I had to change weather services. Because I was like, did you see that this says that the wind gusts are going to get up to 100 kilometers an hour? And they're like, what are you looking at? You dumb.
Silly, didn't we get an Alberta clipper through Saskatchewan recently? Wasn't that where we got that huge fucking snow dump from? Was an Alberta clipper? So how do you have no snow? We have so much snow right now.
Yeah,
I just want it
it's
to be
actually
gone.
So we had overnight like
can
30K.
We show them the outside?
Yeah, we had like 30K winds.
It's melting right now, which makes it all fucking wet. And
I'll use
snow. Oh, it's so gross out.
I'll use the Jinjee camera for now.
The outside is just. Ugh.
Yeah, it's all turning into. Oh, if it's actually a mustache camera. Well, I haven't combed it. Okay, now we're ready.
You see how much snow there still is? You're not really showing. Yeah, angle it down a bit more. Yeah. There's so much snow. There's so much fucking snow. Can you put all that snow on the hill I'm going to? Please send me snow.
We have, and like out the back too, like,
yeah.
We can't walk.
No.
We can't walk up what would be considered Main Street because
there's so much snow.
Yeah. We haven't been down Main Street all winter. It does seem pretty nice today. Jinjee. Oh, hi Jinjee, what do you do? Something broke? What broke? Did I break something? Oh. Just me a stream phrase? Did I push wrong buttons? I'm about to pay $160 to board a mountain on an ice. Hey, it might even be faster if it's like ice. I just see Evan's upside down head. Everything looks fine. Maybe it did go down for a sec. Let's go.
Stream is good for me, says Jason.
Freaking, you can always.
It's just that British internet.
You can always count on a Jason. Let me tell you.
Jason!
Oh, good. We're back now.
Oh, let me grind.
Ooh, let me
While I
grind.
build
So
this
it's been
road.
like what?
Fuck yeah.
Do we want to show them the new popcorn maker?
Okay.
I guess I can just bring it up on.
Yeah. I can grab it.
Betty Crocker Air Popper. So we went back in time.
To the late 80s, early 90s.
Do not look up the reviews because it's already better than most people. So this is.
We got ourselves an air popper for popcorn. Yay!
Yay! We went back to the fucking 80s, 90s diet culture.
Yeah.
Calorie free.
Not calorie free, but low calorie.
Low calorie.
calorie. And
Look at this.
I made a little a thing for the electrical. I've been going crazy and making a lot of these for my cords because I get really annoyed by cords. So I've just been taking little bits of tube and wrapping it in electrical tape.
On your bones.
So Mr. Levity, thank you so much for that. That 236%.
What?
That must be much higher than I
Holy shit!
think it is. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We know Jinjee would eat our eyeballs first.
Yeah.
Eyeballs are the easiest nutritional.
And then your lips.
Yeah, and then our asses.
Eyeballs and lips.
$20 Canadian or euros? Because if it's euros, we're going to Vegas. I'm just kidding. I had a popcorn maker kind of like this as a kid. Yeah, we all did.
Yeah.
For some reason, thank you, Mr. Levity. We've just been, well, personally, I don't know. I've been tired and sore from the weather change. Like right now, what happens because of the nerve damage in my lower back, in my coccyx.
Coccyx.
Oh, there's no K in cock.
I've been cooking a lot. I don't know if that's like an
So
excuse.
due to the pain in my coccyx, this area, it causes a lot of, when I sit too long and shit like that, pain shoots into my legs and into my penis.
Jason has a dumb meeting in a minute.
And I
Sorry
start
hear
to
that,
get
Jason.
saddle numbness. So that's why we haven't been doing much sitting, and I've been adjusting myself a lot. So just being honest, We didn't even put the background music on this whole time. Whatever.
I mean, that's
Who
fine.
needs it?
Whatever.
I sent you all the info. You guys just need to make the decision. Yeah, meetings are the worst. I hate them. I was very bad at them, and in a sense of like paying attention and not talking too much, believe it or not. I didn't even include everyone that's involved. Also, it's been probably like more than a month since we had technical soda.
Yeah, we've gotten really into bubbly.
Bubbly. This is the raspberry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if our palates have changed because of less sugar or artificial sugars, but when we first tried it, it tasted like
A little bit salty
a little
up front.
like somebody farted the essence of a flavor into a can and put some salt in it. But now they actually taste good.
Now I taste like the carbonated water that was like a main part of the flavor in Diet Coke, and then also just like the flavor of the fruit. So I'm positive our palate has changed.
Yeah.
Because the only like additional sugar we're really having in our diet is I put honey in. I make us.
You do to make our lives better by streaming.
Thank you, Mr. Levity. We love you too. We hope you're feeling better. How is it?
I've been making us like a basically a protein rich chocolate mousse, and it's made with like Greek yogurt and stuff. And then I put some honey in that, and that's really kind of like the only sweetener we have is like honey.
Drive safe, silly. Sender, be safe. Enjoy your trip. I hope the weather becomes what you want it to be, and your boys have a good time, and nobody breaks a femur.
Mm-hmm.
I only say that because I know someone who broke a femur downhill skiing.
That sucks.
Yeah, he was in a body cast for like 6 months.
I only know one person who broke a femur, and that was from like football. They were throughout high school like the best football player, and then they were like scouted and picked to play football for like the U of S. And then the first practice they had, fucking broke their femur and ruined their like university football dreams.
There is a lot of people that had that avenue of life kind of like ready to go, that like tore ligaments in their knees or broke something and just could never take advantage of that skill that they had. I know a lot of guys who fucked up their knees playing football expecting a scholarship, and then they fucked up their knees, and I don't know what they do anymore because I don't talk to them. I'm not bad, but I've had the COVID cough. It's been here for 8 weeks. Isn't that called long COVID?
No, the after COVID cough.
Oh.
We haven't had COVID.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
My mom's had it like 7 times because she babysits and I don't know, licks their fingers after they've been like playing in doorknobs and dog poop.
My mom said she got it, and she says that like after she gets really angry, she's very irritable about things.
Like frontal lobe damage or something?
Yeah.
Like people who get concussions who just automatically become angry?
Yeah.
I'm no longer contagious, but the cough remains. 5 times? Jeez, what's
That's a lot.
Does Britain not have those like air masks? Do they just do like mouth to mouth on everybody? I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean we've probably been more cautious than most. I mean, we still wear masks, but
we're like some of the only people who do.
Yeah, it's mainly because I mean I don't like being sick. If I cough, I might blow my abdomen and lower back out.
I know it seems a little extreme, but I have not, knock on fucking wood, not gotten sick with anything since I've started wearing a mask in public.
Yeah, I understand that too, Mr. Levity. That would definitely add an element to it that's adds complexity.
Yeah.
You gonna say it?
I don't know.
I was trying to make it say coccyx.
I'm pretty excited to make some split pea soup today. Mine's going to differ slightly from the original recipe because original recipe seems to have like a big old chunk of ham in it with like a bone in it. And I don't have that. I have extra lean ground pork because that's what's cheap at the grocery store. So I'm going to fry up some extra lean ground pork.
Split pea or spilt pea?
Split pea.
Yeah, it's like peas that have been split. I love the way Krissy says, hey, ham!
Ham? Ham?
She is hamming it up a bit, but...
This is what...
Ham!
Ham?
Ham!
I don't know. Wait.
Get you some ham!
Ham! Green split peas. Green split peas. That's what we have.
Yeah, we've been trying to eat, find the superfoods in our local area, like lentils and some nice
barley.
peas.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go way off kilter and throw some cooked barley in at the end, just because I want extra protein to be in it.
Freaking barley!
Yeah.
Barley's good. I mean,
I like barley.
I don't know. We've just been doing our thing, you know, losing some weight. I feel like I didn't have much of a butt to lose, but it's getting smaller, thusly making my back hurt. Just kidding. I'm jealous of your meal. We're having a succulent Chinese meal with sweet and sour prawns, chicken chow mein with noodles and peppers, pork ribs, crab soup, vegetable rolls. So boring. Oh,
I wouldn't call it boring.
That sounds terrible.
Nasty.
Sounds straight up fucking
I'm
nasty.
making fucking split pea soup, so
Sounds fucking
and that's
nasty.
what we're gonna have for the next week to eat. It's funny because I'd been making these little like pork pies. They're essentially shepherd's pies, but with like pork in them and the addition of barley and cooked lentils. And it's funny, I was telling my neighbor about it, that I had made these and that we had them for a week to eat, and she was like fucking aghast that we were eating the same meal every day for a week. And I was like, well, no, it's like really good.
Yeah, I don't. It doesn't bother me. It's not like we can just go to the store and get some beef supremes.
Holy shit, it's beef supreme!
We can't just go to the store and get a bunch of beef supremes.
And what I loved most about it is like I had sprinkled cheese on the top, so when you baked them, it got this like nice crispy round of cheese that was kind of like a cheesy potato crisp on top. So I'd kind of peel that off and save it for last. Like, you know, when you have a drumstick, like the ice cream bar, and the last bite is the best because it's that bit of like cone and chocolate. So it was like the savory dinner version of that, saving like that bite of like crispy cheese and potato to eat like a chip at the end. Oh, so fucking good.
I did do that, but then I just went back to eating it in portions.
In situ?
Yeah, it was. I found it good. Sometimes the bottom of things are the best. Like, look at Jinjee's bottom. Look at that bottom. That's a freaking nice bottom, unless, you know, sometimes...
Yes, she does. It's just, it's a fart. You take a wet fart, it happens.
It's fucking, you take a wet fart, it just happens. Jason's got to go to the bathroom right now because he's got a freaking wet fart.
Philip, don't feel bad about taking up all the chat because no one else is chatting, so we appreciate it.
Yeah.
Enjoy your meeting, Jason.
I don't know if you guys have seen this Pars Rars 2. He's got 2 Rars. Yeah, I made him do that when he streamed for like 15 minutes the other day. Yeah, we've just been doing our thing. Sorry, my posture's getting worse. My back's getting sore.
We've just been, living with the stupid weather. Looking forward to nicer weather.
Yeah, we bought a
Little
like greenhouse rack thingy.
I'm gonna start planting some seeds soon for them to grow inside. So then when it's nice outside, I can plant them. I'm pretty excited because I saved some watermelon seeds from last year. Our neighbor, she planted and grew. It's called Diana watermelons.
Yeah.
And they're, so fucking good.
I don't want nice weather because the cold weather makes my funeral work busier. Hey, I played rec hockey with the guy who owned the funeral home. Like, his family owned it for years. And he made some fucked up jokes.
If you want something interesting to discuss on stream, Google Legacy Funerals UK scandal.
Is that you? We bought one of these.
Yeah, we got like something like that.
Yeah, we figured if it doesn't work out, at least it's like an outdoor shelf of sorts. But, over here, we're going to put some loofahs.
So my neighbor gave me loofah seeds to grow, but they need to have technically been started like seeding indoors between now January to now, and then it needs to grow in a fucking greenhouse all summer and have proper support and structure. And I'm just like, I don't have the setup for this fucking loofah shit.
4 days ago. It looks like
what are loofahs?
How do you prove you got the wrong ashes?
You don't know what a loofah is?
What? So this might blow your absolute gourd. No pun intended. Is it a gourd?
It's a gourd, yeah.
So a loofah
like you scrub yourself with a loofah.
Like a shower loofah
Like a
for
shower loofah?
getting the crusties out of your butt cheeks?
That's a plastic loofah, but there's a picture of an organic loofah. These are gourds that you grow.
Is it a gourd? Yeah. I know what a gourd is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gordie
So
Howe.
you grow these gourds
fucking
called
Gordon
a loofah,
Lightfoot.
and then you can like peel like the outside husk and dry it out,
I
and
was
it's a shower sponge. Yeah.
Oh, a shower.
Different from the actual sponge that grows in the ocean.
Oh, a butt crust
A
remover.
loofah
A butt.
grows as a gourd.
So this,
Yes.
bro.
So I have the seeds to grow these plants. I just, at least this summer, don't have the infrastructure to grow fucking loofahs.
This shit grows like a giant cucumber, and you peel off the outside, and it's a motherfucking loofah or butt crust remover.
I think you can technically eat them. Like, they are edible, but they're not.
They have big seeds, I remember.
Yeah.
But that shit's crazy. I thought they were like sea sponges.
No, well, that's a sponge. A loofah is a grown gourd.
Yeah, but that shit's crazy. You could remove your butt crust with this, Mr. Levity. Your freaking butt crust. Oh, start it indoors.
require almost 4 months to grow.
Yeah, we don't even get 4 months of fucking sunshine.
Yeah. So, like, also because I'm, like, a beginning gardener, they're just a little above my capabilities at this moment in time. So it might be, like, a year or two till we grow ourselves some loofahs.
This is pretty crazy, though. Like, you're like,
they dry out and you peel it.
I
and you
wonder
have a
what's
loofah.
inside. And you're like, oh,
A sponge.
I could use this on my butt crust.
Yeah.
Like, look at that. It's crazy. It's so cool. I mean, that's less cool. But look at, you could go to your farmer's market.
And sell them for like $5 a piece.
Yeah. Evan, I hate you. So, everything we know so far is hundreds of people contact the police.
What's happening?
So, this is a funeral service in...
Okay, yeah, scroll down. I was reading it and then you scrolled up. 34 bodies have been transferred.
So it's people were claiming they've got the wrong ashes.
Oh.
These are... We've had over 350 reports of concerned members of the public in 2 days. Each call being received is being carefully handled.
I will say, how do you know you got the wrong ashes?
That's what I was said. Like, it's... Even if they carbon dated it, it would just say it's carbon.
Yeah.
Well, mind you, they might be able to tell how old like if it's like 23-year-old carbon versus 50-year-old carbon. I thought they used like isotopes.
From what I understand, you're always going to get a little bit of somebody else's ashes in your ashes. There's just no way around it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. If not, just like other soot from the thing they're burnt in.
They were storing bodies without cremating them, producing fake certificates because cremating costs a lot of money. Wasn't
they
there
did
something
that in
like
the
that in the States,
bro?
Yeah?
Hundreds of bodies.
There was some sort of like funeral home that was just like storing the bodies and like doing some weird shit with them too.
No, they weren't doing anything with them.
Oh yeah, they were just putting them in freezers.
115 bodies they found in these boarded up fucking buildings. Like, if you want to be haunted for the rest of your life, this is what you do. This is the things that you do. You know when you watch a movie like 13 Ghosts or like House on the Hill or whatever, and you're like, there's no way that house could have like 1 million ghosts? This is how you do it. This is how you do it. Even in the movie The Conjuring, where the kid sleeps in the basement's haunted because it used to be a funeral parlor.
Yeah.
And the dad would stack the bodies in the wall.
In Moose Jaw, there used to be this place that was a funeral home for fucking ever. Like, forever, this place was a funeral home. I think it's now like a fucking day spa or some shit. Hopkins Funeral Home or whatever, the one right across from the library.
Isn't it a restaurant?
No, not Hopkins. Sorry.
Yes, I
The
know.
place right across from the library. I can't remember.
I don't remember what it's called.
I can't remember what it's called, but it was a funeral home, like since the dawn of fucking time, and now it's not anymore. And it's like, I'm sorry, I would never go in that building for any other reason other than it. Like it used to be a funeral home. It now needs to always remain being a funeral home.
Mr.
It
Levity
can never be anything else.
I don't think Mr. Levity is getting COVID. I'm pretty sure he's being infected by a sick ghost. I think he's just needs to board the skin boat to Tuna Town.
Taking the skin boat to Tuna Town.
But Hopkins is a restaurant in Moose Jaw that used to be an old house that's apparently haunted by the wife. Apparently. I don't know. I've never had a ghost experience in Hopkins, but it's like one of the only places that's in Moose Jaw that's written about in like ghost stories of. It's not in Ghost Stories of Saskatchewan. I think it's in Ghost Stories of Canada. Moose Jaw's over. You don't want to visit Moose Jaw.
Yeah, you would be bored in like
You would
an
be like,
hour.
why the fuck did I waste my money coming here?
In an hour, you'd be like, what?
I guess like the spa is nice. The tunnels
Yeah.
are kind of cool.
Artesian wells? I could show you a Google satellite overview and you'd be like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, that's the river that looks like a moose's jaw? That's why it's named Moose Jaw. The river apparently looks like a moose jaw. But you know, I want to. Oh, Krissy, yeah. I mean, they could have themselves a fucking margarita
If
party.
we're your reason for visiting, then that's like perfectly fucking legit. I do think you would enjoy the spa. The spa is really nice. Downtown Moose Jaw is quaint. There's cute things about it. Like, and I think because we're from Moose Jaw, we're like jaded about it, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. Have you ever been to North America?
Yeah.
I know you get to go to those fancy British Isles.
There are better places to visit than Saskatchewan, let me tell you that.
Yeah, people from Saskatchewan don't even like to stay here. It's like our biggest export is our people.
Oh my god, there's like this one town that we drive
potash.
through. There's this one town that we drive through, and this sign gets me every single fucking time. And it's in a churchyard, and it says, saving Saskatchewan's #1 resource, people. And it's like a pro-life billboard, and it just makes me so fucking angry every time I see it. The fact that, like, they think that people are the #1 fucking resource. I'm sorry. I'm not a resource for the fucking government. It drives me absolutely batty to see that. Makes me angry.
Those are also the
votes.
people that campaign against increasing minimum wage with inflation.
Yeah.
15-hour flight to Mexico.
My mom's in Mexico today.
In
Mazatlan.
Guadalajara.
Yeah.
Buying some cocaine.
Oh, she'd be just boarding her
kidding.
flight in about 10 minutes or so.
She's not buying cocaine.
No, my mom does not do drugs.
Yeah, she told us like a couple of days ago, I'm going to Mexico on Friday.
We're
We're
like,
like, so I literally looked up Mazatlan news in the past week. I was like, has there been any beheadings? Has the Mexican drug lords taken over Mazatlan like they did those other two places? Like, I was like, just avoid people named Walker. They might tell you things.
Walker told me I had AIDS.
Tell you got AIDS, yo? I'm just kidding. But yeah, you know, we just thought we'd pop in, give you guys some information, just a little tips.
Plugged into this hemisphere right here. Just the tip, about this much of it.
That much, right here. Just that much. But yeah, my cheeks are numb.
your cheeks, or your face, or your butt.
My butt. I have whittled my Nintendo games from 1,200 ROMs to 300 and some ROMs that I actually would like to try and play. I can't do it on stream because I don't own the games.
You found some really weird games, like ones with
Motherfucking
Hitler.
What about, so I was going through the catalog of NES games and there was Jeopardy.
Yeah.
Well, Jeopardy, you know, everybody loves Jeopardy, right? Alex? For 100?
Yeah.
Alex? One of the categories This game's from 1987. Not a penis. I was like, what?
Yeah.
And here, let me bring up
It was pretty funny.
let me bring up the screenshots. Not a penis. I was like, what? Honestly, so most of the games I got rid of were like ones from movies, like the Indiana Jones game, and like those are all fucking garbage. They're just other games that were released in Japan that they put different sprites on and called it a different game. I think I actually saved several games that turned out to be the same game. But here, I'm just gonna make these big enough to.
Not a penis.
Yeah,
For
look at this.
100, please. Alex.
Not a penis.
Rest in peace, Alex Trebek.
Yeah, like how dare you besmirch Alex Trebek's name like this? I just couldn't. I would love. It would be beautiful for him to read the categories at the start, and he would go, categories are not a penis, codes, tradition.
What gets me though is like you have to like type in an answer on this fucking NES game, and it has to be exact.
Exact. This was one of the, not a penis for 100, Alex.
Yeah.
To use it, ensure that the shaft and tip are prepped before grasping firmly at the wood.
I think we were like axe.
I put an axe. It was wrong. The answer was
Spear?
spear. And I was like, and then so there was one more. I mean, I could have kept going, but I was like, this is enough of that. I don't need to.
I love this one because it's such of the fucking date and age. I don't know who Ryu Hayabusa
like
is.
Hayabusa, I believe, is a crotch rocket, a motorcycle. And the one thing here, I might be from a game, Ryu Hayabusa. I spelled it wrong. Oh, Ninja Gaiden? Ninja Gaiden's name is Ryu Hayabusa?
So like I said, you have to have a lot of weird random... I would have never known that.
I thought his name was Ninja Gaiden.
How the fuck would I have known that, Philip?
I thought he was like, like if there was like other ninjas, he's Ninja Gaiden, that's Ninja Bill, that's Ninja Tim.
Ninja Tim.
Shit. And so, Mr. Levity, being that you're such a genius.
What's the answer? That's not a penis.
What does Ninja Gaiden...
Wish he had. That's not a penis.
Tim?
I've known that since the game in 1987. What does he wish that he had for $400?
That's not a
that
penis.
is not a penis.
Please tell us.
The answer was revenge. The answer was revenge. And it's great. Like going through some of these games, beautiful. Yeah. I just have an 8-bit to 16-bit, maybe 32 palette. I don't know why.
Jesus Christ on a cracker.
I do not know why we need so many colors. I like the 7 or 8 colors that make up a good NES or SNES game. Yeah. Some cyans, some mustard yellows, some
pinks.
Some what do they call it? Pale pinks or whatever. It's lovely.
Like our thumbnail today.
The other guy looked as irritated as I was for that meeting. Well, Jason, speaking of that irritation, my lower back is on fire.
My back is on fire.
My back, my crack, my Jinjee, and my slack. Can you tell that's a cat from that angle?
Yeah. You can tell it's a fluff of animal fur.
It upsets me that Jinjee has more buttocks than I do. This is what Carl does to us when we're like, Carl, we brought you food. He ignores us till we close the door.
That's one fucking nice kitty right there.
What were you going to say, my love?
Can I have the famous wiener in my anus?
I guess I am a doctor, and you did come here to be checked for polyps. Polyps? I don't really know what they are. I've just heard that before. You guys! Sorry, I yelled that. We're going to let you go. Thank you for calling. If you would be so kind as to fill out the survey at the end of this phone call, it will be recorded for customer service purposes. Your information is safe with us. We have been hacked 10 times in the last 11 days, though. So you be wary of that. I'm just kidding. Thank you so much for streaming. Mrs. Lev is in bed with a migraine, and I was lonely. Much love. Well, Philip, anytime, if you're lonely and you need a friend, just lean on me when you're not strong.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Then all your worries sure could help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away?
Boom, 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 boom.
Sometimes I want to go where everybody knows your name. Bum, 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 bum. And they're always glad you came. Bum, bum, bum. You want to be where you can see your troubles are all the same. You want to be where everybody knows your name. Ba-da-da-da-da.
We're totally going to get copyright for that one.
Will we? Our singing was not that good.
It's true. So that's from Cheers for Mr. Levity, the British. Cheers, mate. Cheers.
Oh no, I was not making fun of you. I unironically love that song.
Yes, but also nobody watching this strive to have everyone at your local bar know your first, last name, and everything about
good.
you.
Yeah,
that's not. It means you hang out there
That's
too
not
much.
a healthy behavior.
It means you got a friend named Nami who sits in the same corner of the bar.
Norm is only fucking like 31.
Fucking Nam, and he goes on to be a pig in the Toy Story movie. Oh no.
Yeah.
Which one? Cliff.
Cliff
is the one who talks like that too.
Yeah.
I was sorry.
Damn.
I did a Poor Things, and I embodied the character of Nami of Cliff. Okay, shut up, you guys. It's time for us to go.
Yeah.
Great day. Much love. Bienvenuto. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Vilkamin. Bye bye.
Yeah,
Much
all those
love.
things.
Take care. Thanks for the clip.
Bye.